All right. So, welcome to our energy healing for money and success in our businesses. I've been in Slay 10K for almost a year now. And before I had Jenny, I was very heavy on the mindset and the energy of things, but not so much with the strategy. And then her and the team just like brought the strategy, and my business flourished right away. And I've just been so happy every single month for about a year now. And I think the reason why that happened so quickly in this program versus like maybe even other things I've been in is because I finally had all three components. And for me, the three components for success really in anything is strategy. Like we got to know what to do. Their action will always need to be taken. So there's the strategy, there's the mindset. If you don't know by now, like mindset's heavy with entrepreneurship, like you're figuring it out, depending on where you are in your business journey. But then there's like this third component that a lot of people don't think about, which is the energy of things. So your subconscious mind stores every single thing about you. So conscious mind is like the part of you that's listening to me speak. You're like, how many minutes are we going to talk about this? Like it measures, it analyzes, right? We are aware of what's happening here. I'm saying words, you're listening. But the unconscious mind stores everything about you, every face you've ever seen in a crowd, every food you've ever eaten, every emotion you've ever felt, like it's all housed in there. And this classic example I like to use is if you ever watch any like criminal mind shows or yeah, like detective shows, they're like trying to get the witness to remember what they saw. And she's like, I can't remember. I can't remember. It's always a woman. And so the detective will like take her through essentially like a meditation, and she remembers the tattoo on the arm or whatever. Because if you saw it, it is in your mind. We just always can't consciously remember it. And so you're not going to remember about emotions that you felt before you had a consciousness, ages 0 to 7. And then there's things that's like we feel like we healed from that. And oh, Jenny's here. But there's still the energy remains in the body. So I'm going to show like a 2-minute video because I could talk, but I'm more of a visual person. Like I learn way better from watching things versus just listening. So I'm going to share my screen and share, it's literally 2 minutes of a 3-minute video. And this is Dr. Bradley Nelson. He's the founder of the Emotion Code, Body Code, Belief Code, which is one of the modalities that we're going to use today.
We live in a world of energy. Quantum physicists like Albert Einstein and his contemporaries have been telling us for over 100 years that we are actually beings of pure energy. In fact, Einstein said, all matter is energy. Now, that may seem a little bit abstract, so here's an example. Take a look at your hand for a moment. Your hand.
I'm sorry, can you see this? You can see it? Okay, good. It's showing me my screen is paused. Okay, here we go.
Hand looks like it's made of physical matter. It doesn't look very much like an energy field, does it? But if you could put your hand under a very powerful microscope and magnify it enough, you would find yourself looking at a single individual atom. Now, if you could look inside that atom, you would see that it consists of nothing but empty space and some infinitesimally tiny energies zipping around at the speed of light. So your physical body is made of pure energy. And guess what else? You have an invisible energy body too, or an energy field that is the blueprint for your physical body as well as its life force. Semyon Kirlian, founder of Kirlian Photography, said all living organisms emit an energy field. And Albert Szent-Györgyi, MD, who won the Nobel Prize for discovering vitamin C, said, treating humans without the concept of energy is treating dead matter. When your energy field is balanced, your physical body will be in its most healthy state, healing quickly from injuries, having the right amount of energy to get through the day, sleeping properly, and carrying you through life joyfully. But have you ever taken longer to heal from a cut than you expected? Or have you noticed that you don't bounce back from a cold or the flu like you used to? Or that you get tired more easily the older you've gotten? These are likely not signs of aging, but signs that there are negative frequencies or imbalances in your energy body that have accrued as you've gone through the stresses of life. This happens to all of us. Just because it's a common problem doesn't mean that's how you have to live. Ancient healers.
So unfortunately, you didn't get to see the visual of it all. Well, some of you maybe did, but it's just showing like, yeah, that that's too bad because I want it to be visual, but I don't want to take time to like show it again. But if you Google or go to YouTube, Dr. Bradley Nelson, Everything is Energy, you can see it if you wanted to see it. So now you have a good idea of like why energy healing, because when you have a block in your energy field, it's like invisible. So if your desk is a mess, sometimes you can be like, okay, I know what needs to be done, but we can feel stuck and overwhelmed when like everything, there's clutter around us. But with energy, it's like an invisible clutter. So that's what we're going to do today is unclutter part of your energy field. So what I'm going to do is ask you to write in the chat, is there something that like when you sit down to work or when you think about your business that you, an emotion that you're present to, or a pattern that you're like, I'm so done with this. I recognize it and I just want to like move on. I tuned in to everyone before and I have one, but so we'll do that if everyone resonates with it. And it was a sabotage programming or belief. And it was, let me see, it was right here. It's like, I can't do good things. Kind of like I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do good things is what it was. I want to know if anybody resonates with that. Procrastination, ooh, imposter syndrome. Good, we've got a couple of those. You guys resonate with what I said. Okay, so let's do the I can't do good things, imposter syndrome, and some other things for procrastination. I want to do some normal things before I get into the like the other thing. All right, so I always start with a prayer to set the energetic container, and also this gets you ready for energy work. So I'm kind of doing it over here, but feel free to visualize with me. And if you're like, I don't visualize, you could just imagine or pretend that this is happening. I ask for a direct connection to source consciousness, to God, and to receive all answers through this channel only. I ask that my channels of intuition are open and that I am a clear conduit for pure, organic, white light energy to flow through me. And I ask that this session be for the Slay 10K collective. Anyone who watches this video or the replay will receive the benefits. And if you believe in your higher self or a guardian angel or something like that, like invite that angel or your higher self to be with you now. I invite mine in. And now I just want you to imagine like gold light coming onto the crown of your head, and it's just filling up your entire body with gold light, charging every cell all the way down to your feet. And then imagine pink light from the very center of the earth. And this pink light just pumps up into the soles of your feet and fills up your legs and your hips and your torso, out your arms and up your head until you're connected to above, whatever you believe in. I like to call it God, and I think we all believe in the earth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You can open your eyes whenever you feel ready. All right, I'm testing for the Slay 10K collective. Okay, I'm gonna ask questions out loud so that you like know what's going on and you can type things in the chat, but I don't want you to answer the questions. I'm, getting the questions from the energy, or I'm sorry, I'm getting the answers from the energy. Okay. Is it in the highest good for all to work on I can't do good things? We're going to work on this one first. So is there a trapped emotion causing I can't do good things? Okay, so is this for more than 90%? Okay, 94% of us have this. So there's like maybe one person that this isn't trapped for, and it's frustration. So feeling exasperated, harassed, or vexed, feeling stuck and unable to progress. And it's also blocked from causing a change or achieving an objective or a goal. This could be trapped for one of you at age 5 and somebody else at age 20 and somebody else that's like current, but from wherever this was trapped, I'm going to release it. And I do this, just don't worry about what I'm doing over here. Destroy and uncreate frustration through all time, space, dimension, and reality. If you want to do this 3 times, you can, but it's not necessary. It's just part of the process. Swiping over the meridian with a magnet. Is frustration released? Yes. All right, is there something else causing I can't do good things? Okay, this is the emotion of shame. And if you know about these things, has anybody ever heard of the emotional frequency scale by Dr. David Hawkins? It's that 0 to 1,000 scale. And at 1,000 is like totally open, it's enlightenment. And then like the very tip of the funnel, it's the most contracted, it's the most dense, heavy energy, and guilt and shame are the 2 lowest. So they are the lowest vibrations. Do we need to know more about shame to release it? A lot of times just reading the definition is like enough. So when I read these definitions, a memory comes up for you and you think, I wonder if it's that, it probably is. So just trust whatever's coming up in your mind. So this is a feeling of being wrong, defective, or disreputable. The painful feeling of having done or experienced something dishonorable, improper, or foolish. Disgrace, humiliation, a cause for regret, the lowest vibration of all the emotions, and it leads to guilt, depression, and even suicide. And I'll say for most of us, it was trapped around age 20, like in the 20s. So it's not going to be like, from a young age. So something in the 20s. So we're going to release this through all time, space, dimension, and reality, releasing shame. By the way, when these release, if you sense any tingling or just anything going on in your body, like just trust what you're feeling. It's probably that emotion leaving you. I can't do good things. So that is no longer resonating with this group. Just releasing those 2 emotions. You saw me before when I say I can't do good things, my fingers stay together. That means there's resonance. It's strong. It's a yes. It's no longer a yes. Like you saw my fingers come apart. So I'm just going to release I can't do good things through all time, space, dimension, and reality. And I want each of you to say, I can do good things 3 times. Like say it out loud in your space. I can do good things. Okay, Sav brought up something good. The next one we're going to work on is no one is listening. Does anybody feel like that when it's just like, what is the point of making this content? Nobody cares. Nobody's listening. And sometimes that's a good thing. All right. What is the root cause of no one is listening? Let me do something else first. How strong is this belief for this collective? So this is like 97% strong. You'll see what I mean. I'll kind of get some other numbers. That's how we'll know it's like completely cleared. So what's the root cause of no one is listening? Okay, so this is only going to be for about 45% of the people here, so less than half. But it's a sickness memory. So this is like the energy of a sickness trapped in the body. It could be from any age. It could be from like the flu, but it's like a memory of being sick. It could be like a worse than the flu sickness too. Do we need to know more about this? So release the sickness memory through all time, space, dimension, and reality. And again, if on that one you're like, what? It's probably not you. It's probably one of the others. So what is the root cause of no one is listening? Okay. This is an imbalance in the bladder meridian. So symptoms here, like, let me know if you're having any of these symptoms: discomfort in the head, neck, back, groin, and buttocks, nosebleeds, runny nose, nasal congestion, eye problems. But this is really excess emotion. So did you guys know that our organs generate emotions? So when they're imbalanced, sometimes we feel things heightened that are like not, it's like not that deep, but we feel it more because the organ is imbalanced. So the bladder is blaming, dread, fear, horror, peeved, conflict, creative insecurity, which is not just like writer's block, but the creation of anything like $10,000 a month or a business or a lead gen plan. Terror, unsupported, and wishy-washy, like indecisive, just don't know where to go. Does anybody, I feel like that's really strong. Is it just me? Yeah, Sav is resonating. Okay, so let's realign this, and I might be able to tell you some other things you can do to realign your bladder meridian. Okay, so correct the misalignment in the bladder meridian for each one of us. Okay, so to further balance this for yourself, you can relax a little bit and avoid stress. Drink plenty of pure water. And by that, I think it means like, don't drink coffee and say it's mostly water. My husband always tried that with beer. I'm like, that's not water. Use high quality salt, eat an alkaline diet, even if that's just like this weekend, you're going to like up the alkalinity intake, and avoid toxins, including heavy metals. So good luck with that if you're in America. Okay, so the bladder meridian is aligned. Yes. Okay, is there anything else at the root cause of no one is listening? Okay, I want you to say, I'm worthy of being listened to, or I'm worthy of being heard. I like that, whichever one of those you like. Say that 3 times to yourself, please. Okay. we are ready for the weird stuff. And what I love about this is like I'm going to have you feel a certain way right now. Like I'm going to ask you to bring up a thought or a feeling that makes you feel bad when you think it. We're going to do this process and then I'll have you think about it again, and you'll notice that either the dial is turned way, way, way down on the feeling, or it's just kind of like, it's like not there. It feels empty. It's like you want to laugh. I'm hoping for the second one, but I'll be really happy if we can get the dial turned down for you. So I want you to do that really. Think a thought about money or about your business that maybe it is about it feeling like an imposter. Maybe it is just like stuckness, just the story of like, I don't know what to do. Maybe you avoid looking at your bank account. You don't like to like handle and manage your money. You're like afraid of it. Not afraid. Well, yeah, you're probably afraid. So I want to make sure everyone has something before we move on. So I'm going to do this part like a little bit slower than usual. And on this one, you cannot be multitasking. So if you have to multitask, like for the people off camera, I wouldn't do it halfway. Just watch the replay and like give this your full attention, but it doesn't take long is the great thing. Okay, so we've got that. You can think a thought and cause this feeling. And I want you to notice, does it feel like an emotion or is it like a sensation somewhere in your body? And just take note of that for yourself. Okay. And my intention with this is that I see your mind updated and clear. It's only entertaining what has value for you. And that means things that are good to have done and that are possible for you to do. Your powers are 100% available to you. And that means your passion, your creativity, your humor and wisdom, your creativity, logic, reason, and focus, and joyfulness are all there completely available to you. Your mind is clear. You're sourced from within with this quiet power, a gentle strength, and a calm, easy flowing energy. Would that be okay? Just kind of nod your head if that sounds good to you. Awesome. We have agreement. So we have the same intention, vision, and purpose here. And already our energy is coming together. And you realize that when energy comes together, energy expands. And expanding energy is fuel. Fuel is power. And power fuels the transformation that is underway for you. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I want you to just, the very first thing that comes to your mind is what you're going to go with. It's not always the thing that makes sense, but it's just your subconscious mind is going to give you basically the key to unlock this specific door. So there's this transformation that's underway for you. And if we could represent the transformation with a colored light, what color would it be? So just the first color that comes to mind, you're not overthinking it. So you should have your color, and just what shade is it? You know, if it's purple, is it deep or is it bright? Just see the shade of your color. And what scent or fragrance would this transformation be? All right, so you can all open your eyes now. And I want to show you a couple things about energy. So I want you to put your palm like this, like you're waving at me. And then you're going to turn it around and zero in on one spot on your palm. Any spot. Just look at that one spot on your palm and don't look away. You'll notice a vibration in your hand. Now that vibration is always going on. It's just unusual for people to notice it. Now close your eyes. Eyes are closed. You can't see your hand, but you can sense it. And you can sense it because of energy. Maybe tingling, twitching, or other movement. That's it. Good job. You can go ahead and open or drop your hand and close your eyes when you feel ready. And did anybody notice or experiencing anything other than nothing, or I'm just listening to you? It should be kind of like, oh, I was just hearing you, or like, yeah, I was sensing tingling. If anybody noticed anything bad, I want to hear from you, but I don't sense that that's happening. Okay, then we can move on. This is kind of layered. I just want to make sure we're all good as we go. So, and somebody had their hand raised up. As soon as we're done with this, I want to talk to you. Okay, so even now your mind is clearing and it's updating. So this one, you can just keep your hands close to you and close your eyes one more time. And I want you to see me sweeping. Just watch that happen. You get to choose whether I'm using a push broom or a whisk broom. But what's getting swept out is what we don't need. And what's left is what is useful, effective. So watch me just keep cleaning it. You watch the broom remove the rubble, move the dirt, and move what's not necessary out of the way. And we're left with what is useful, with what works for our mission. Bare bones, just what we need. We're traveling with what's necessary for our mission. And go ahead and open your eyes only when you're ready. And if you have the chat handy, you could tell me if you want, what did you notice in terms of thought or feeling or sensation during those few moments? Could be nothing, warmth in my chest. Awesome, Caroline. A visual sweeping it away. Oh, pure gold. Love this. There's no wrong answers. I get excited when anybody just types in the chat. But I do love the gold. Creative energy. Very heavy head for a while. Okay, Jane, I want you to do something. I want you to bend over like you're dumping your excess energy onto the ground and then come up really, really slow. You're like literally shaking the extra energy off of your head. Warmth in my shoulder blades, upper arm, strong heartbeat. Okay, we're gonna do, is everybody okay with the feelings and sensations? The strong heartbeat, is that okay? Okay. So the last part to this is I want you to close your eyes one more time. That's the last time. And watch what happens this time as I go over the floor, but this time with a wet mop, which is picking up the dust the broom had left behind. And as you're watching it clean and clean and clear and clear, that's it. Take a moment to just appreciate the wonderful way your unconscious is now responding at the deepest level to what you're consciously addressing. And things are clearing all the way through. Clearing, updating, rejuvenating, restoring. Even now, you are healing. Energy is pouring only into what has value for you, meaning your health, strength, endurance, power, flexibility, creativity, all increasing. And each time builds on the last, so that next time, even more power, even more clarity, even more responsiveness, even more. Take your time. Only when you're ready, your eyes can open. Did anybody notice anything in terms of thoughts, feelings, or sensations on that? I said that was the last part. We have one more little thing to do here. Really good, clean, uplifting energy. Beautiful. Okay, well, we've got chills. Good. Okay, do you remember your color of transformation where I said just the first thing that comes to your mind might not be your favorite color? Remember the color that you chose and then the fragrance? So just bring those to your mind. Not being able to remember what your problem is that we're working on is a really good sign that like you're done, you're good. That's a really good sign. So think of your color of transformation and your fragrance. I just want you to remember what they are if you can. And with your eyes open, actually looking at me for this part, you're gonna bring to mind your color and just breathe your color in. Just pretend that that's happening. As you close your eyes and exhale, think the word release. So you're exhaling like you're blowing out through a straw. Think the word release, keeping your eyes closed. See your color one more time, breathing your color in. Exhale, think the word release as you blow all the air out of your body. And now bring to mind your scent, your fragrance. Breathe fragrance in. Exhale slow. Think the word release. And now both together, the color and the fragrance. Breathe them both in. Exhale all the air out of your body. Think the word release. And then the words clear and free. Inhale, clear and free, and your eyes can open. Okay. Do you remember the problem that we're working on? I want you to think the thoughts that you thought just 10 minutes ago or 15, whenever we started this. Think the thoughts and cause that feeling. Remember the sensations? Is it gone? Is the dial turned down? Do you even remember what we were talking about? It's okay if you don't. It's still blocked. I can't even access it. I'd say it's so unblocked and like out of your life. That's why. Yeah. Can't remember it, no feeling anymore. Yes, this is what I was saying in the beginning, that like I love this, but it's a little weird to like kick it off. It seems silly. Good. It does. I mean, that's like a classic like way of feeling, like it's just so silly now, like you want to laugh at it. Yay. Okay. I'm gonna go back up, and I feel like there was one more thing that we started talking about. Does anybody have, let's see, what am I gonna do here? What is the highest good for this collective to work on now? Is it imposter syndrome? I want everyone to like think about the imposter syndrome thing. I feel like it's a couple people said it, but it's like not a thing right now. Do you agree? At least in this moment, it's like, no, I can do this. It's fine. What was I making such a big deal about? Which means that that gives us 20 minutes that we can work on something else. I'm so pleased. Does anyone have something that you're like, want to put out there? I can find something, I can always find something that's good for the group. I'm going to start doing that, but I'm going to wait and see. I would love to work on, oh, money blocks. Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so what is the biggest what money block would be the most effective to release for this group? Okay, so we wouldn't call, I mean, I wouldn't see this and think, oh, that's a money block. And I think this is gonna work with Jane's, what you just wrote, Jane. It's this belief of I am damaged. Now, I wouldn't look at that and be like, that's a money block, but it like, this is the thing that is the money block for this group, right? Do you agree? Does anyone like completely disagree? Like, there's no way I think I'm so whole, perfect, and complete. I am damaged is the biggest money block for this group. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay. And then this is going to help you have more belief that things are going to work out, everything that we've done really. And then also like tell the story. So I teach something in one of my courses called Spot, Stop, and Swap. When you spot yourself, I do this all the time, right? But I'm like, oh, there I go, saying how things are hard when I'm trying to be working on things being easy. So I spot it, we get aware, you stop it, just knock it off right there and swap it for something better. It is working out. Remember that sales call I just got? Okay, that's working out. Somebody did buy something from me, or they bought something in the past. That's working out, right? Like I'm alive, that's going good. So the point is you swap it for just the story of that this is working out. I am making money. If it's working for other people, it can work for me too. There's like no difference. Oh, I'm thinking maybe that's the I'm damaged. It's making sense now. Because do you ever think like it is working for everyone else, but why not me? I feel like that's common. I used to think that a lot. Okay, so what is the root cause of I'm damaged? Okay. The first thing is like a body kind of an energy. It's not an emotion. It's the energy of a virus. So an actual pathogen could be from any time in your life. When we have viruses, just because it's energy though, it's not the physical organism, but it can still be just as imbalancing and creates the same symptoms of a viral infection, like fever, rash, fatigue, muscle aches, digestive upset. Yeah. So destroy and uncreate virus energy through all time, space, dimension, and reality. What is the root cause of I am damaged? Okay, I kind of didn't think that this would come up, but it did. So I'm assuming that everyone here can handle it. It is an entity, nothing to be scared of or anything. Like, I'm not scared because I work with this every day, but 4 years ago when I started, and if I was brand new to energy work, I might be like, a what? So an entity is like a non-physical being. They're not for your highest good. They don't want to help you, but they really aren't trying to always hurt you either. They're just trying to survive for themselves. Like, it's not as malicious as some people make it out to be. So entities cause these symptoms: fatigue, physical discomfort, negativity and mood issues, addiction, feeling like something's there that doesn't belong, feeling stuck, feeling conflict or resistance coming from outside, self-sabotage, anger at yourself, self-doubt, mental illness symptoms, and nightmares. Does anybody resonate with any of those symptoms? It is, yeah, it's totally normal. Like, your body's made of energy entities, like they just happen. Goosebumps. Yeah. If you're getting goosebumps, yep. I'm so glad you're here to get this released. Okay. So how many are there? More than 100. And this is like for everyone combined. 427. I'm just going to write that down so I don't forget. Combined. And it's normal. Like, I've had hundreds of thousands released from me when I was first getting into this kind of work. Is there an associated imbalance that needs to be decoded? Cords. Okay, so energy cords are like inherently negative but direct connections to other people, but also to like balls of energy, like a past life event. You could have an energy cord or to a place, but in this case, it's to the entities. So how many cords are going to entities? Okay. Oh, okay, 117 total. These are just my notes, so I know what to release. Is there an associated imbalance? No. Okay. By the way, entities will do that. Like, that's the self-sabotage. They have you thinking, like, does everybody here have a service, like a business that helps people in some way? And like, if they were helped and making money or having better health or connections, like their life would be better, and then their community would be better, and like the world would be better. Yeah, entities like don't really, they don't want the world to be better, right? So they would have like kind of an interest in sabotaging all that. I get it a lot with like, yeah, but we all do, whether you're an energy worker or not. So they might have you thinking like, I'm damaged, I can't do this. Anytime I want to like engage in plant medicine because I quit it, I'm like, oh, that's just what they would want me to do, right? Like, that's, you want me to be held back. And I'm so stubborn that like nobody's like, they're not going to win. So sorry, that's just my little TED talk on entities. Let's clear them. So I'm just imagining these 117 cords. You guys don't need to do this. I'm just going to like narrate what I'm seeing. So we just explode the cords, disintegrating them to dust. Our 117 cords released. Okay, and then 427 entities. We're gonna like, I imagine scooping them all up in like a gold like a bug catcher that you would catch butterflies in. And then I blow it up. I use this blue supernova explosion. I can show you if you're interested. Are 417 entities destroyed and uncreated? Okay. Does anybody want to see the blue supernova explosion? I like to teach as well as clear, but if you're like not interested in learning, that's fine. I just don't want to miss anything that you might be interested in. Love to. Okay. So let me share my screen. Oops. I've looked at this before. It's going to be this first visual. This is the explosion. That's it. So if you're like stuff like this, I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't use that. And I would imagine like the energy kind of like being that comet, and it goes into this blue ball and then the whole thing just explodes. I don't think anything could survive that. Is there anything else? What are we working on? Oh, I'm damaged. Let me read what Caroline's saying. I'm baffled before I had a woo. Let this be your sign to trust your intuition. If you just have random thoughts, they're really not random. Like the way our intuition talks to us and guides us is insane. Insanely cool. Okay. Is there anything else causing I am damaged? Yes. Okay, this is a heart wall emotion. Ooh. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be sorry. This is just normal to me, but I'm aware of like where I'm at. I know most of you are like really loving this. But I like to like ease people in. Anyway, this is a preconception heart wall emotion, meaning this was trapped before you were conceived in this body. So it's either from a past life, which this one is, but if you don't believe in past lives, just mute this part. Or it can be from wherever your soul is at when it's not inside of a body. But for us who are still here, it is from a past life. So is it in column B, odd row, 1, 3, 5, creative insecurity. So I'm going to read the definition of that. Feeling unsafe or untrusting the self about the creation or development of anything, including relationships, family, health, money, career, or artistic endeavors. A feeling of insecurity that arises and blocks the creative process. So do we need to know more about this? Destroy and uncreate creative insecurity through all time, space, dimension, and reality. This is released from past life. Yay. I'm damaged. Okay, that's no longer resonant. I want to have you say the opposite. Okay, this is your what we're going to install if you're okay with it. And I'm going to install it because I know most people are going to be okay. If you're like, I'm not okay with it, you just say no and it won't come to you. I am okay with making mistakes because I learn. So instead of I'm damaged, it's I'm okay with making mistakes because I learn. Are we all good with that? Okay, if you're not good, just be like, nope, not me. I hate making mistakes. I hate learning. Download, install, and activate. I am okay with making mistakes because I learn. I'm okay with making mistakes because I learn. Yes, that's very strong. Okay, we're going to end with this. We've cleared out a lot of energy, but we can also, like I just downloaded, installed, and activated a new positive program, like a positive energy. We're going to do that for money. So I'll ask, is there a positive energy field we can download, install, and activate to, it's not really about making more money. I mean, it is, but it's about being able to hold on to the money. Like some people are an energetic match for making money, but they're not a match for keeping it. It's like this hot potato. I can make money, but I still have $500 in my checkbook. But I make money, you know what I mean? It just goes. So is it in column C? 6, 8. Ooh, soul purpose. Here, I'll share my screen on this one with you guys so you kind of know what I'm looking at. So I command the positive field of soul purpose be downloaded, installed, and activated in this collective's highest and best way. This says my screen sharing is paused. Can you see it? Okay. Is there another positive field we can download, install, and activate to hold on and accumulate money? 6, 8, column B right here, freedom. So I command the positive field of freedom be downloaded, installed, and activated in this collective's highest and best way. Everyone take a big breath, please, and just like a kind of an exhale. Okay, let's do this. Is there a positive field we can download, install, and activate to help us to make more sales? Column B, column C, odd row, even 2, 4. What's number 4? Coherence. I like to do this. What's the definition of coherence? The quality of being logical and consistent. That's amazing. I command the positive field of coherence be downloaded, installed, and activated in this collective's highest and best way. Is there something we can download, install, and activate to help this collective make more sales in our business? So column A, odd row, even 2, 4, 6, 8. Play. We can take things a little bit less seriously and have some fun, right? So I command the positive field of play be downloaded, installed, and activated in this collective's highest and best way. Is play downloaded, installed, and activated? Yes, it is. How's everyone feeling? Whether you realize it or not, things got unlocked here. Tired, that is a good sign. You could be tired, you could be energized. Oh, there we go, good. I like yawning is a processing sign. If you get like tears coming out of your eyes, but you're like not really crying, weird, oh, mix of energized and tired. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, this was so fun. Thank you guys for like playing and like letting me do all the things and talk about all the things. If you have any questions, I have a couple minutes. Oh, heavy head, Jane. Okay, I'm releasing an emotion for you, causing it. I won't, if you want me to share with everyone, if you're okay, I will, but do I need to know more to release it? It's released. Okay. Is there anything else causing Jane's heavy head? 4 or 5 minutes, you should be good to go. Shame. Is the feeling of being wrong, defective, or disreputable. So anytime we make ourselves wrong for something, we're shaming ourselves, really. Or if someone makes you wrong, a lot of times it's we've been made wrong so many times. It's just this pattern that's like on a loop, like, oh, there's a problem, it must be me. Like, it must be my fault. Just me. Anybody else experience that? Any other questions? If you guys want to connect, I on Instagram, I'm down here, Heal with Gina. Heartbeat strongly in my chest. Thank you. That was great. Thank you for being here. Do you want me to do something for you individually? C, I don't know your first name. Shaman, is that what we call you? You're welcome, Jane. I hope you feel better soon. I knew Jane did, so I'm just wanting to get permission. Yes, okay. Something causing heavy heartbeat, strong heartbeat in C, Shaman's chest. Indecisiveness. So it's the inability to choose. And let me do this. Was this trap before age 20, before 25, before 30? Age 28 for you. Indecisiveness, an inability to choose, wavering back and forth between one choice or another. It stems from distrust of the self or doubting the ability to make a good decision. I like to remember that anytime I'm like in the indecisiveness. If any of you were like on Susie's calls, you get to see that, and Jenny's calls too. Stems from this distrust of the self. So that would be a good thing to work on. Self-trust, just making a really successful entrepreneur one time said, she was like, I'm decisive. I make decisions and I make that decision the right decision. So it's whatever I decided, we just make that the right one. And we're not like, oh, should we have, and going about the past. They just make those decisions and make it the right decision. So do everything to back up that decision and make it the right one. So releasing indecisiveness, destroy and uncreate through all time, space, dimension, and reality. Is there anything else causing the strong heartbeat? I'd give it like about 8 to 10 minutes, and I think you'll be good. And come see me if you want more sessions like this. I'd love to do more. Like, ask any, I shouldn't say this. I mean, tell Jenny we need a resident energy healer on the team.
Thank you, Gina. This was super interesting. I've never done anything like it, and I'm really curious to see what the next few days feel like. So thank you.
I'm excited too. If you notice the shifts, especially with the thing that you all had your own private thing that you worked on, you might be noticing in the coming days that you're just like, I just like moved right through that. Like, it always comes afterwards where it's like, that used to be a problem and I just like did it. So I hope that that happens for you.
Thanks.
I really appreciate you all being here. It's fun to connect with you in this way.
Yeah.
I would love that in the program. I told myself, yeah, I would too. Thank you, Gladys. I hope you feel better, Jane, with your head. Let me know. I really think you're going to feel fine really soon. Thank you all for being here. Okay, I will get the recording to Jenny if you want to use that one process over for another issue. Okay, bye guys. Have a good day.